Welcome to the Currency X presentation. Before we get started, we need to look into how do we build our office. Our office is your charge. The office should only consist of the tools you need. If you look at this chart, what you have here, you have candlesticks, right? What you have up here, a lot of information of open, high, low, close, volume, what time frame, what feed, and what pair you are currently trading, right? So basically, this information here, you really don't need when you're doing this. So what we could be doing here, we can go to settings, you right click on chart, settings, like here, volume, and you see this vol up there will be removed, right? Bar change values, like this, don't need that. Chart values, we don't need that, right? And under title, for example, you can have symbol instead. Shorter name, easier to identify. You read it faster. Here's something called logo, like this. Do we need that? No. Absolutely not. And if you want, if you know exactly we're only trading one pair, we don't even need that one. Less things to look at that is not important for your success. But we keep that one because we're going through many pairs, different settings and stuff, and it's good to know what pair we are actually working on. The next thing is your weather map that you need. Up in the corner, up in the top right corner here, you have something called list, watch list, right? This is the downloaded TradingView. It may look a little different if you're using it in a browser. I use the downloaded TradingView because when I'm trading, I only want to focus in on trading. I don't want to have a browser with pop-ups, the option to go and surf on a web page, checking news, all this stuff. I want to be very focused on what I'm doing because I want to find my pair that I'm going to trade and then trade it and I'm done, right? That's how we do when we do things in a business, on a day job and so on. That's just how you must do it when you're running your business online as well. Focus on what is important. So what I've done here, I made a list that looks in the worst way it can. You see here we have the logo, we have the name, we have a lot of data, volume information, such things. How much of this do you need to be trading your pairs? To start with, this one is sitting in TradingView with the information. In worst case, you may have news here as well. That gives you a second opinion on what you are doing, so on. Terrible way of trading. You shouldn't listen to it. You should only listen to your rules. So we move that down to the bottom like this, right? And on this one, you see I have different sections like this. You do them by right click, add section, give it a name, and then you can move each asset group, or for example, all euro or GBP and so on in a specific group. And then you can just minimize each group like this and only have the group open that is of interest. So if you're trading your euro-US dollar, you would only have the euro-US dollar group open, nothing else. Distraction, take it away. This will help you tremendously in your journey to become a good currency, index, commodity, metal trader, whatever it is. Clean up things that you don't need. Super important. Okay, so when we've done that, we don't want this, and we want to have this base quote name in the list, and on not all these flashing numbers. Distraction, because when you're trading, say, oh, what's going on here? You just mowed 50%, and it may not even be a pair that you're working with. Distraction, take it off, because it will only make sure that you miss trades, You miss the focus on the chart where you should have your focus. So up here, the 3 dots here, you see this one, like the logo. Do we need this one? No, it doesn't help us. We already know the pair's name, right? Volume, do we need that? No. The change percent? No. The change? No. The last price? No. Good. Now we have removed all the distraction, all the flashing numbers and stuff like that. And it's the all pairs right now is with its name, right? So you can see exactly the name of it. And you most likely know the name already. So we go to symbol there. And all of a sudden, our watch list take almost no space on the chart. We take it to the smallest there. This is how your weather forecast should look like, right? And let's say, for example, that you have, this is a bit messy when you have added all your assets like this, right? You simply go up to this one here, click symbol, and it will move in A to theta order. So you have each asset group like this. And then, of course, you can do these sections, so it becomes easy to manage the Aussies, the euros, the pound, the New Zealand dollar, whatever you are using, right? Get organized. And when you don't need this one, just click on this one and click again to see it like this. And you can make as many lists as you like, depending on what plan you have with TradingView. You can export them, you can import them. So if you have a subscription and it doesn't work with a list, and you have it as an exported list, you can always import them and so on. You can share it with other people. You can also have a better view if you just want to see stats on a web page. You can do that as well. A lot of things you can do, but you don't need, because you should focus in on your trading. That's so important, right? And then you see out here you have a flag. So let's say, for example, we are now on Aussie yen, and we want to mark this up as green, buy, right? And you see also how the flag shows up here. So when you go from one pair to another, you can easily see what is it I'm looking for at this pair, because you may have done the fundamental job already. You do that in the morning or a specific session and so on, and then you mark the mouse up as buy, sell, or nothing. If it's nothing, it has no flag. This, okay? And when you click here, you can just select the color. So if it's red, means it's a sell. You see the flag becomes sell. That's the information that is good to have, keeping you focused on what you should be doing. And then there's another thing that you should be aware of. If you go here, right, it says add a note for Aussie yen. If I click on that one, a little window down here, you can move this one up. Not that one. Maybe you can't. Okay. Down here, you can type in information about the current state of your asset. And you can also click here and it will take a screenshot on the current chart. So you understand why you wrote the way you did. And then when you're done with the trade, you can always go back, see how was I thinking, was this the correct way of doing it, and so on. So take a screenshot if you want to add a note, and then you can add as much text as you like as you progress in your trade, right? Because you may have a qualified pair, but you not have an entry yet. And then when you have an entry, put in here, why did you enter? What was the reason you were entering? And then when you're done for the day, you can go to your log, your journal, or anything for each pair that you traded and put it in. And you have all the information. You can just copy paste. It becomes very simple, and you become very organized and focused on your office. So do that, because that will help you tremendously, right? So that was the list. Now we have a clean chart. We have an easy way to manage our office